Hey guys, this is a free, unlocked episode of the Bandsplaining podcast. If you enjoy this, you can find many more of these ad-free on Patreon. So literally the word S-O-N-G, how you pronounce that?
Song.
You do have a little bit of the G in there. Okay. I'm wrong. I'm getting chewed apart.
Do you have the
online?
G?
No, I can't say the G. I can't figure out how to say the G. To me, it's Sanh. It's Sanh and it's Singer.
Yeah, right.
Sanh? Singer of a song.
Is that your accent or is that just you?
I don't know. I thought it was. I was using that as an excuse for the longest time. I think I have an adult speech impediment, actually. I used ChatGPT. I was like, hey, ChatGPT, is there evidence of a Chicago accent where the G's aren't pronounced? They were like, yes, there is, blah, blah, blah. But then I checked like 2 weeks later and it was like, no, there isn't. I think it was just that 1 week ChatGPT was super validating to everyone. Like then people started having delusions. They had to turn it off. Like me.
You were caught up with that.
I still have to start recording locally. This is the Australia podcast. Okay. Check. Can you say something quick, Aldo?
Song.
So now you're just rubbing it in. Aldo, you do have like the strongest G.
Yeah, because I have to be like super conscious about it because this is not my first language, you know?
No, I know, but it's just funny because now it sounds like you're just like rubbing in what I can't do.
I'm sorry.
Just
But like
kidding.
in your defense, like don't say the G in bandsplaining. I don't feel like.
You're not. No one would say it in that, right?
Yeah,
Sam, you wouldn't say that G.
Bandsplaining. I feel like with my accent, you kind of just like merge the N and the G, and it comes out as like a bandsplaining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, we're on the same page with that one.
Yeah, good.
All right, what do you guys say? Let's listen to a song.
Sure.
Don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win.
Okay, guys, you are listening to Don't Dream It's Over by the band Crowded House, ranked number 5 for the most Australian songs of all time. Wait, Sam, was it the most Australian songs or just the most popular songs in Australia?
I don't think they really clarified that. I think they just said the most Australian songs
Okay.
of all time.
Yeah,
So,
same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't figured it out already, Sam here is joining us along with Aldo. Sam, who made his bandsplaining debut with the most American songs of all time. Is that right? Were you on a different... I was in your video.
No. Correct. Yeah.
And we did a podcast together.
We did.
Yeah, and Aldo here, of course, is here as well.
Hey guys, what's up?
Although they'll probably all know from the intro where I embarrass myself. But shortly after, we released that video, the most American songs of all time, Sam informed me that there was a big project underway in Australia, or by one of the top Australian radio stations.
Yeah, our national radio station.
Oh,
The taxpayer-funded one.
I see. Yeah, we're not allowed to have those anymore here. But anyway, they identified the top 100 most Australian songs, and I thought it would be fun to have him on. And, we're going to see, just like how he analyzed all the weird intricacies of American culture that comes through in these songs. Can we do the same for Australia? Can we find the Australian soul? So each of us have listened through these, and I picked this one to start, even though it wasn't the number 1 song, it was number 5, but it was vaguely familiar to me. But after listening through this list, I realized this is like a very Australian genre, isn't it? This, I believe they call it pub rock.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like a ballady, emotional sort of song that you would collectively sing. I mean, it's literally for patrons in a bar to get together, right?
Yeah,
Put on the
much.
jukebox.
Pretty much. And Cold Chisel was sort of the main band putting that out into the world.
Oh, Cold Chisel. Well, but this was Crowded House.
Sorry, Crowded House as well. Both of them, brother. You can see how easy I get it mixed up.
So let's just start a very basic question here. How accurate did you think this list was? And obviously you guys are listening, so we'll be telling you along the way what songs and artists are on here. But did you think this was like a fair representation?
I mean, I feel like people complain with every list that Triple J does. That's the radio station, Triple J. With all these lists, they're always voted by the people, right? It's a fully democratic process, and yet people still find time to complain and say, this is bullshit, this song should have been higher, this shouldn't be there, yada yada.
Of course.
It's like, there's no evidence of them, rigging it. So I feel like to say that it's inaccurate would be to assume that I know better than the collective Australian people.
This is like a radio station that's popular enough that it is getting like a fair representation of the population.
It's complicated. There's a complicated answer to that question. It's definitely a popular radio station, but it's not as popular as it used to be. If you want, I can give you a quick synopsis.
Oh, yeah, please. I was just going to interject and say it probably skews a little older, right? Because it's people who actually are aware of what radio is.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the interesting thing. So Triple J is run by the ABC, so the Australian Broadcast Commission, which is obviously fully public, government-funded broadcaster. Triple J used to be, I mean, look, I'm old now, so by all means don't take my word, but it used to be a lot cooler, especially even like before my time, like back in the 90s and stuff like that. They used to really, their whole kind of mantra was like showcasing really underground music, like they would bring bands over from the US, like, like Pearl Jam and Nirvana and stuff, because they would sponsor all these music festivals and stuff like that, whilst also propping up a lot of like Australian artists coming up. For example, when NWA dropped Fuck the Police, and the government, was it the government or someone somewhere said not to play it on the radio, and then Triple J played it for like 48 hours straight or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then Ice Cube like came on and was like, yo, I love Triple J and like all this shit. Anyway, over time, they've kind of arguably, but I think most people would kind of agree with this, they've kind of like lost touch with this. Now you can turn on Triple J and you might hear like Drake or Taylor Swift or like any of these massive international artists that really have no business being there. They still do prop up a lot of Australian bands. They like run this thing called Triple J Unearthed, which is sort of like Bandcamp, but just for Australian artists. And you can like, a lot of like indie artists and up and coming artists like put their music up on there. And it's a good way to discover new talent. So they still do a lot of that, but a lot of people I think are a bit fed up with them. Just the fact that they do still indulge their other audiences to try and get a bit more broad appeal. And I think they did that because they realized that original sort of fan base that they had in the 90s and 2000s with, when they were playing like grunge and a bit more like underground kind of stuff grew up. They've all moved on, and now they're trying to like get the Gen Z audience back, but like obviously Gen Z and younger aren't listening to the radio, so it's a hard thing to do. But anyway, each year, at the end of each year, they do a hottest 100 songs of the year. This is like a big occasion. They used to do it on Australia Day, so it was a whole thing. It used to be a lot of fun, but then Australia Day, we don't really celebrate that anymore, at least not young people, and so they had to move the date because there's a what day is Australia Day, by the way, and what is it? Does it commemorate the first like inmates that were brought over during the penal colony days? Yeah, it's the 26th of January, and it marks the landing of the first fleet, which was basically the first group of boats that brought over the prisoners and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and this is gonna be one of the most ignorant Australian questions,
please,
because I always had in my head that like they like had prisons built there, and then the inmates came and they were like, here you go, here's your new home. But like, it wasn't like that. Like they were just banished from the UK. It was more like they were exiled from the UK, and they were like, go ahead, rough it out here in Australia.
No, that's a good question. There weren't any prisons here already. There was obviously very much an Indigenous population, which is why we no longer celebrate Australia Day on this day because,
right.
Obviously imperialism and the sort. But yeah, it was basically just a bunch of prisoners from the UK. They came over. I think a lot of them just had to do like manual labor and help build a new country. But yeah, not in my state, not in my city. We were the only one that wasn't colonized by prisoners.
Right on, right on.
We're more civilized. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't descend from the original. Well, that's getting a little personal. Let's not talk.
No. That's fine. No, my family came in the 60s, so I got nothing to do with this. But
Yeah, your hands are clean.
exactly.
Well, you brought up an interesting point. I mean, you were talking about how this radio station would play a lot of grunge.
Mm-hmm.
There was a song on this list that was very grungy. It was Silverchair.
Yes.
Obviously, I've heard the
Yes.
name Silverchair. I'm aware of the band. I didn't know they were Australian.
Mm.
And this is Tomorrow by Silverchair. Let's give this a quick spin. It's just so Seattle. I mean, I'm surprised just because, like, for example, there's no British grunge bands. You know, like the examples that you hear are like Bush or Swerve Driver or like the first Radiohead album. And those are like not like very good examples. So I thought it was kind of interesting. One of the ways that Australia diverged quite a bit from the UK musically, at least.
Yeah, I think at least definitely Silverchair, their early stuff would be a great example of that for sure.
You don't think it wasn't like a broader movement? I mean, I know you weren't like alive or conscious for like the grunge era, but
No, I did miss that one a bit. No, I don't know. I don't want to say that I don't think that it was a broader movement, but then it actually was, and then I'll be wrong. So I'm going to plead the fifth on that.
all right, plead the fifth. Okay.
Okay, I'm just checked out. Australian grunge bands: Silverchair, The Scientists, Spider Bait, Violent Soho, Divinyls, You Am I.
Wait, the Vines?
Yes.
Are they considered grunge?
I wouldn't call them grunge, or like most of the. Well, okay, yeah, that other band in there, Violent Soho, that was during my time. That they were a big band when I was a teenager. Well, I wouldn't call them grunge. I don't know. If you listen to them, you'd probably know better. But I reckon they had a song in here if we want to find it.
Oh yeah, let's do it. What were they called?
Violent Soho, yeah, covered in chrome.
Damn, that's a cool cover art.
Yeah.
All I ever wanted was a piece of myself. All I ever wanted was a 9 to 5. People
Oh yeah, it's very like Queens of the Stone Age.
They were a great band.
But like I do notice like with a lot of artists on this list, there's a very growling vocal line that's like, and not even just these grunge bands. I mean, even okay, one of the not to change the subject so quick, but you know, one of the entries on the list was the Divinyls, I Touch Myself.
Uh-huh.
You guys know this one, right?
Of course.
I'm not sure, no. I don't think so.
There we go. I mean, she has like also this more of like a, maybe that's rude to say, like a growl. I don't.
Yeah, never heard this before. This is cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like an early example of a meme song, right? Like it was like shocking kind of when it came out. And I definitely heard this song always throughout my life, you know, the TV shows, videos, whatever. And I didn't actually know it was an Australian band. That's kind of been the story of listening through most of this list, is now discovering for the first time that a lot of these bands and these hit singles were
Right.
from Australian artists. As fellow travelers in the world of weird and wild music, one thing we can all appreciate is having safe and unfettered access to music on the internet. Whether you're trying to download that hard-to-locate album or trying to watch a documentary that's unavailable in your country, sponsor of today's episode, NordVPN, can help. With NordVPN, all of your internet data stays behind a wall of next-generation encryption. It helps you browse safely by protecting you from malicious websites, downloads, trackers, and intrusive ads. Furthermore, you can use NordVPN to access region-locked content, including albums, movies, TV shows, or even baseball games, if that's your thing. The other day, I was trying to watch a Brian Jones documentary that's only on European Netflix, and, well, a few clicks later on NordVPN, and voila, I was watching it. When you use our link, you'll get a huge discount on a 2-year plan plus 4 additional bonus months. Get it at nordvpn.com/bandsplaining. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Get it at nordvpn.com/bandsplaining or just click the link in the description below.
We just listened to Covered in Chrome by Violent Soho, and I noticed that right after it, there's a song by The Living End, and this band is really cool. I had no idea they were Australian.
What's the song?
Is Prisoner of Society.
Oh, okay. Prisoner of Society by The Living End. I think nowadays they call this chain punk as opposed to egg punk.
Chain punk? I would call this like skate punk, but I might be wrong.
Oh, okay.
Chain punk.
Wait, forget that.
Never heard about this term.
Wait, you edited a video where we talked about the difference between chain punk and egg punk.
Oh, right. Yeah, dude, egg punk is
we made
sick.
a graphic and everything. That's all right. It's all right, man. It all blends together. I mean, so like, let's get this out of the way. Obviously, we have some of the stereotypical bands that you're going to expect on here. We have Men at Work,
Of course.
at number 21 with Down Under, which I have to say, I really respect Australians for putting that as far back as they could. Like, obviously, it has to be on there, but, you know, it's not number 1.
Yeah.
AC/DC Thunderstruck, number 13. Again, amazing song. Still gets me amped up, even though I know it's like not even the real AC/DC. It's like the 90s AC/DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's number 13. So,
Yeah.
you know, number 10 is somebody that I used to know. This, my God, dude, I swear I probably went through like 2 months straight where I heard this every single day. And like, this was just like a massive song. And I'm glad you guys aren't disowning it, but you're also like, let's tuck it back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then 1 through 9 is all from artists I've never heard of, except for INXS.
Really?
Yes, but
Actually, I guess that makes
this INXS song I've actually never heard of. I guess we'll spoil it. This was the number 1 song.
We could live for 1,000 years, but if I hurt you, I make wine from your tears. I told you that we could fly, 'cause we all have wings, but some of us don't know why.
Pretty cool song. As I was listening to it, like, it started to sound familiar, but I didn't know the name of this song offhand. So, you know, perhaps I should have saved this question for the end, but did you feel like that was an appropriate number 1 for Australia?
To be honest, was quite surprised. I would have expected that song to be on here somewhere, but to be number 1 was, a bit surprising. I don't know. You don't hear a lot of people talk about that song, although I do think it's a great song from obviously like one of our better bands.
Is it like a wedding song?
No, to me, this song, one of the football teams in my cities, they run out to this song. It's a whole. Sorry, they don't run out. They play it before the game starts, like as it counts down to the first play, and it's a whole moment. So that's all I can think of when it comes to this song. I didn't realize that it would have gone so high.
Not to bring this to too dark of a place, but when I hear of the name INXS, I think of 2 things. I think of Need You Tonight, sick tune, and I think of autoerotic asphyxiation, which was unfortunately how the lead singer passed away. Did they take on more of a cult status after his death, or have they always had this, been held in this high of regard?
I think they were always kind of held in a high regard. I think, and as well, like to what I said before about how Triple J's sort of audience is that old. I think the INXS was like peak Australian, like Gen X, maybe even a bit older, kind of like that was their band. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They were pop, but also a little bit alternative, a bit underground.
Yeah.
They had a foot in like the REM door, so they were cool with college kids.
Definitely. They like, started just as like a band going to play in like university pubs and bars and stuff like that. So like, so many people like saw them before they were even like big. So I think they hold a special place in the Australian heart.
Is that like everyone's uncle has a story about seeing INXS somewhere?
Oh yeah,
before they were big.
Yeah. Like my mum saw them at like the university. I think I could have just lied, but no, I think she told me that once.
That's sick, dude.
But yeah, everyone knows someone who saw them once. It's like some random venue with like 200 people.
Yeah, there's one band that my parents saw before they were big, and it's was it REO Speedwagon or was it the Styx?
Hell yeah.
Styx, yeah. And I'm like, that's just not that cool.
Since we're here at the top 3, about the third one, Untouched by the Veronicas.
Untouched, and I need you so much. See you, breathe you, I want to be you. Ah la la la, ah la la la. You can take time to live the way you gotta live your life. Give me all of you. Don't be scared.
First of all, amazing song. I really liked it, but I have a question for Sam.
Please.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Like, is there a reason? Like, is this like people get really amped up about this song? Like, yeah, hell yeah, Australia, fuck yeah.
Why is it at number 3? Is what you're saying?
Sure.
Yeah, because I wrote Evanescence meets Yeah Yeahs. Like, I mean, it is a bit of like a dark song. It makes me think of going to Hot Topic at the mall. Like, I agree. It doesn't sound like the song that represents Australia, at least not in the number 3 spot.
No, I'd agree with that. But at the same time, no, that song definitely holds like a fair bit of cultural significance, I guess. I don't really know why. I think it was just like peak, like mid 2000s. The Veronicas were like huge here. So they were like I guess you'd call it, they had some like pop punky kind of songs, but I guess more so pop, like a duo of twin sisters. And yeah, they were massive. And this song is peak 2000s Australian culture.
Fair.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, sick logo, sick album cover. Let's jump ahead a little bit though. Like this part, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. That's cool. I like the electro punk thing.
Yeah.
Try to stop time forever, never wanna hear you say goodbye. Feel so untouched.
But then as soon as it gets emotional, I lose interest because I don't have fully mature. Yeah, I'm either cold or I don't have fully developed emotions. I don't know.
I will just say about the Veronicas to give you an idea of what their like cultural standing is. My band recently, we were doing a gig and we were preparing for it, and we were like, oh, our music's all like pretty fucking. Basically, we needed something to keep our girlfriends happy who were all in the crowd, and so we needed
to get them to
a song
keep
cover.
supporting you guys.
Yeah, literally. So we covered Forever, which is the other very popular Veronica's songs, and yeah, it was a great idea.
Sick.
That's good to know.
I really just liked it. This is a cool song. I liked it. This song reminded me of at least to me, Australian jam. Have you guys ever heard about the animation YOLO by Michael Cusack?
No.
Oh, I know Michael Cusack.
Hey, bitch! Hey, let's get smashed tonight!
Oh, yeah, let's get fucking drunk!
We're gonna get fucking drunk!
Wait, I gotta get fucking drunk!
Hey ladies, you girls ready to have a good time tonight?
Yeah, we're ready to have a good time. We're gonna get drunk!
Drunk!
You know what? My bandmates all say, let's get fucked up. I probably from this video. And I just didn't know that was the source of the meme.
Anyway, this video was huge back then, like millions of views. This is a re-upload, I'm sure.
Oh.
Michael Cusack, by the way, he is one of the creators of Smiling Friends. from Adult Swim.
Oh, okay.
He's very talented.
And wait, what connection did you make to this with the Veronicas?
I find the vibe to be similar. Like, I believe the term that I'm looking for is like hot girl vibe. I'm not sure, like this, like outgoing, party all the time.
Mid 2000s woo girls.
Well, okay, is that the word? Because like we would call that a valley girl, based on the San Fernando Valley, one of the LA valleys, where that voice, and it's almost the same. It's like an Australian version of that voice of that, like, oh my God, the Paris Hilton thing, So you called it that like a woo girl?
I don't know what I'd call it. Funnily enough, I had this exact conversation with an American like a week ago about the Valley Girl accent and like our equivalent here. And I would think that there's some pockets of like Sydney or like the East Coast where the beaches are that sort of have the equivalent Valley accent for Australia.
Not in Adelaide?
No. Like I said, we're civilized people here.
Aldo, is there, not to get too off topic, but is there a Brazilian equivalent to a Valley Girl?
I'm not sure, like,
do you trash? Yeah, because I know you trash Rio de Janeiro. I know you guys do up there.
Like, the first thing that comes to mind is super offensive. So we do like make fun of Paulista girls.
Okay, Sao Paulo.
Yeah. Whenever the subject is like to imitate a Paulista girl, we often, like, everyone often starts with like doing a like dumb
Okay, yeah. I mean,
and it is like quite offensive. So
well, no, we're not sexist people. Like, we all agree that men are typically dumber than women anyway. No, you're right. Shit, yeah, we can't talk about that. Well, okay, we already talked about 1 and 3. I guess we might as well talk about number 2. I never heard this song before. It is pretty cool.
I'm not surprised that you've never heard this, but if you were to ask me, this song should have got number 1, although it was a democratic process, as I said before. But no, this is what I would personally pick. And it's not just because they're from Adelaide.
Oh, that's really? No kidding. Yeah. Okay, well, this is the Nosebleed section by Hilltop Hoods.
Faces I know, I fell in love with the people in the front row.
Check it out. I got hip-hop taste buds. I wanna hear that bass when I make love. Wanna hear some lyrics when I wake up. Write rhymes to get me through a breakup. Bitch! Rough up whiskey straight, no chaser. Went through 50 breaks, no favor. Till I found this one and made the bass hook with the drum. My savior. Come back, tongue that sharp.
I think between this and the Avalanches, we can confirm that Australia is one of the strongest continents for sampling.
Yeah, purely based on those. Yeah. So one comment I was going to make is that there's shockingly little hip hop on this list for how much I know hip hop is and was popular in Australia. This song is one of the exceptions, and it did come in at number 2. So what do you have to say for yourself, Sam? Yeah, it's interesting. Australian hip hop is a weird one, especially like, you had the Hilltop Hoods and a few others like in the 2000s and like early 2010s that kind of tried to make it work. To this day, I still don't know why we could never really do it. I think it's because of our accent. I think we just don't sound tough, and I think that the Hilltop Hoods were good with that because they had like fun kind of like instrumentals. They weren't like trying to sound like they were from the like Dangerous People or anything like that.
I mean, it's the same with like the Beastie Boys. You think of a song like Sabotage where they're like, oh, this is always Sabotage. It's like whiny voices. Obnoxious whiny voices. Not threatening, not cool.
Definitely.
But the nerd rap thing kind of was super cool, and at the same time, I actually can't think of any like British. I know like there's a lot of like British hip hop, trip hop that was like, big in the 90s, but like, yeah, none of it made it over to the US really, on the charts at least.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, the Hilltop Hoods, again, not just because they're from Adelaide, but no, I was a big fan. I'm pretty sure this CD that this song was on was like the first CD I ever had.
Wow.
However, this song, I have a question for the two of you. You're probably going to know the right answer because you're not from Australia, but where is the Nosebleed section? If I said I'm sitting in the Nosebleed section, whereabouts am I?
Aldo, you go first.
I have heard the term nosebleed used to describe horrible seats on shows because you have to keep your head like crooked, right? The entire show.
Yeah, I always thought it was just, it's so high up. The joke is that the elevation is so high that you're getting a nosebleed. I actually don't know the science behind that. Are some people more prone to having nosebleeds at higher elevations or something?
I believe that is the case. Yeah, some people just... Yeah, anyway, the point is that you are right. However, this song in the chorus has a lyric saying about sitting in the front row. So for a whole generation of Australians, they thought the nosebleed section was in the front row because I guess I always assumed before I found out the true answer that like you're sitting in the front, so you're more likely to like get hit by something or like I don't know, something like that, and therefore nosebleed. But yeah, so that's what this song did.
So is that like not a common expression in Australia? The nosebleed seat?
I think it is. I think we've all just been using it wrong for
because of this song.
A lot of time. It's purely because of this song. Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to find the line right here. Oh, I fell in love with the people in the front row.
That's it.
I looked around, the faces I'd know. I fell in love with the people in the front row.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the chorus.
That is the chorus.
Wow. Okay, since we're at number 4 now, this is a song called Scar by Missy Higgins. I have what apparently is a hot take because I Googled this and no one else thinks this. I'm pretty sure this is a country song.
I would agree with you.
Good, I'm glad I already have you on board. Okay, let's give it a spin.
And before I knew I had shiny skin and it felt easy being clean like him, I thought this one knows better than I do. A triangle trying to squeeze through a circle. He tried to cut me so unfit. And doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that hit too close to home?
90% of it's because of those vocals, her inflections, the way she's just kind of soaring and floating around, and the narrative style vocals. Like, it sounds so much to me like whatever genre Faith Hill is, you know, from our Most American Songs video. I was surprised to look it up and see that, like, no one considers this country music at all. It's just considered pop rock, acoustic rock or something.
That's interesting. I feel like we don't really hear the term country like thrown around here that much, even though we probably have a lot of music that could be categorized as such.
Same. Yeah. I feel like Brazil also has a lot of artists that do this type of music, but we don't call it country. No.
And that might just... you guys are probably the ones who are correct. We just have a weird way of saying, like, pop music that's recorded in Nashville is automatically country pop, as opposed to if it's recorded in LA or New York or another city, it's just pop. That might be it. But here, let's just listen to this Faith Hill song and tell me if I'm crazy, you know?
Crazy. Ooh, I love the way you love the way you love me. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Ooh, to feel the way I...
Please. Tell me what makes this country and not the other song we just heard.
The Telecaster.
Oh, really? Wait, one more second. Let me listen.
It's not right. It's not fair. What you're missing.
Like this honky guitar. Down.
Yeah.
Also, because it's not using the bridge pickup, it's using a neck pickup, so it has more of that.
Yeah, it's like they are trying to mimic a banjo.
Wow. That's all it takes.
I'm at least.
That's a really good insight.
I'm not sure, but to me, like, I recognize this tone of guitar like this is country.
Wow.
I agree with Aldo.
On that note, there was one other song on here that I was like, this is like a great country song.
On the Australian list?
Yes. This is actually a Christmas song, if you know which one I'm talking about, Sam.
Is it How to Make Gravy?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you actually give a little background? Do you know what this song is about and everything?
Yes. They just made a TV show about it or something like that. It's about a man writing to his family on Christmas, and the man is in prison, and he's writing to his family about how to make the gravy on Christmas. And sending his love and so on and so on.
And you're telling me that's not a country song? All right, here, let's give it a spin.
Does it have a Telecaster?
No, crap, that's a Strat. That's a Strat, isn't it? Crap. That's definitely a bridge pickup, so you're right.
Yeah.
Wait, but no, that's a pedal steel. Or it's just a slide. Maybe it's just a guitar with a slide.
Yeah, we got a slide.
I'll be out of here by July. Won't you kiss my kids on Christmas Day? Please don't let them cry for me. I guess the brothers are driving down from Queens.
So I have to say, like, it is a total relief to hear a Christmas song that doesn't have bells in it or lyrics like Holly Jolly. Is this actually like a song that you would like someone would put on, like, you know, you're opening presents or you're having a Christmas dinner?
Not that I know of. Probably.
Oh, okay.
Probably, almost definitely not. But
okay,
I could be wrong. Like I said, my family.
So you're like everyone else.
Yeah. Maybe the Australians whose families did come on the first fleet. This is what they'd put on at Christmas.
Okay. The other thing I have to ask you too. So is gravy a significant Christmas dish?
I think you would have it with whatever roast you're having on Christmas. Again, my family's Greek, so we have a whole slew of other animals to tear apart on the table.
A series of lambs.
Lambs, lobster, like whatever the hell. So not a lot of gravy, but no, I can imagine, for Australians, they would probably be having gravy.
Because on the cover of the album, they actually they showed a ketchup bottle.
Yeah, because I think you put ketchup in it. That's one of the recipes that he says in the song, one of the ingredients.
Okay, yeah, that's a different type of gravy than I'm used to.
I mean, if you ever need a tutorial, it's in that song. So.
Is he actually saying like 2 tablespoons of sugar?
I'm pretty sure he does, unless I'm remembering.
And 2 pinches of salt. All right, how to make gravy. All right.
I'm confident that's what some of the lyrics are. Yeah, here we go. Just add flour, salt, a little red wine. Don't forget a dollop of tomato sauce for sweetness and that extra tang.
Oh, I take it all back. That's totally the same gravy that we make. You add a dollop of tomato sauce, like a beef gravy. Yeah, he's talking about just the standard beef gravy. Okay, my apologies. Oh, I did. I totally forgot to send you a picture, Sam. I did pass by apparently a Australian pie shop that just opened up in Chicago.
No way. Really?
Yeah. They were closed, so I couldn't pop in.
Oh, man, that's so funny.
The signs out front are like explaining what an Aussie pie is. Because no one, we don't understand the concept of a savory pie.
Yeah, right.
I just have to, let me find
That's such a random, yeah, please send it. I wonder if they'll change your life with the way that we store and disperse like tomato sauce or ketchup in the little plastic punnets that we have, which I know you guys don't have there because I've seen Americans freak out about them before.
Wait, what did you innovate with ketchup?
So they're like these little, like if you buy a hot dog or whatever, right, and you have ketchup. God, that feels so wrong to say ketchup. Anyway, you have ketchup. Is it in like
what do you call it?
I call it tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce?
Oh, you would never call it ketchup?
No, we don't say ketchup.
Damn, that's interesting.
To answer your question, it'll always come in a little packet that you would rip.
Like a sachet kind of thing.
It's something that you struggle to rip open. If you don't get it right the first time, you're kind of screwed. And then you squeeze it, a little bit comes out. But it's a trick question because I'd never put ketchup on a hot dog. So it's not allowed in Chicago. But sorry, carry on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend your culture like that. But I'll just send this photo because it'd be a lot easier than explaining it.
Okay.
So it's like the ketchup is stored in these little compartments, and then you just squeeze on either side, and it kind of bends and it squeezes it out. So you don't have to get it on your hands. You don't have to cut anything open. You don't have to rip anything. It's just a little squeeze. If you catch my drift.
Whoa! Oh,
damn! I have seen this before, but like in the early 2000s, and ever since I'd never seen this again.
It has like 2 little ketchup containers, and you squeeze them together, and it comes out the middle cleanly.
Yes. Yep, and then you
That's
can get it all out because you can squeeze it real hard. We don't innovate a lot here, but the apparatus in which we use to eat pies is state of the art.
Yeah, so that idea of putting ketchup on a pie, I don't see that taken off here. That is just so strange to me.
What?
Like any sort of ketchup on bread. Now here's the thing. If it's just tomatoes, if it's like the sauce that you put on a pizza, like pizza sauce, that's perfectly fine. Like we eat that with everything.
No, I'm sorry, I'm looking at these photos now of this place. This looks so funny.
Yeah.
You have to go there and you have to tell me what you got from there.
Yeah, I'll go there. I'll take a couple pictures. Yeah.
That looks so funny.
Okay, we have an enormous difference between ketchup and tomato sauce, right?
Yeah, same here.
What is it?
So tell me if this is the same for you all though. Like tomato sauce is like often still has like chunks of tomato in it, and it's much higher quality. It's made fresh. It's the sauce on a pizza. It's the sauce you use for pasta, etc.
Yeah, it's not sweet.
It's not sweet. Yeah, and then ketchup is the extremely processed jelly type thing that you dip your French fries in. That's pretty much all. That's all I use it for. I mean, you can put it on a hot dog or a burger, but yeah, you would never put it on noodles.
Yeah.
At least I wouldn't be friends with anyone that did that.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing here in Brazil.
Wow.
Nice.
Interesting.
This is the biggest gulf between us we've discovered.
It's how we talk. Yeah, how we figure out. Look, I don't want to say you guys are wrong, but like at a certain point, my hands are tied. No, yeah, no, fair enough. I guess we just call it different stuff.
I'm just curious how you guys call tomato sauce, like this type of sauce that goes into the like spaghetti.
So,
what do you dip your fries in at McDonald's? What does McDonald's have?
That would be tomato sauce.
And then what do you put on pasta?
You would put like passata. So that's like pureed tomato. You'd put that in like a red sauce.
Okay.
Along with some actual like crushed tomatoes.
Okay. With like a little garlic and onion or something?
Correct, yeah. But you wouldn't like dip fries in passata.
No.
You dip that in tomato sauce. Yeah, okay.
Okay. But this pie, like for a pie, are you putting in the pasta sauce or are you putting in the McDonald's?
You're putting the McDonald's tomato sauce kind of thing on it.
That's crazy.
I'm not
I'll
against
try
it. Yeah, it sounds interesting.
I'll try it, but that's sacrilegious to me.
What? So you don't even put it on hot dogs? That's crazy.
No, but that's only a Chicago thing.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't. Just the thought of having a puff pastry with what is to me ketchup sounds crazy. But again, I'm not trying to. This is the Australia. This is this is a moment where we make or break our appeal with the Australian audience. So honestly, it sounds great. I'm pumped to try it. It sounds fantastic.
I'd be interested to see what Bangaroo's Aussie pies in Chicago is selling, and if they do us. I guess that's the other really funny thing about like anything even a little bit Australian overseas or even here. If something's trying to identify as Australian, there's always like the "roo" suffix on the end of whatever the hell it is. Like it's always just like Jibbaroo's
ice creamaroo.
Ice creamaroo, yeah, literally. It's like, yeah, we have kangaroos in case you didn't
when
know.
you have to like go in to file taxes, is it like taxaroo day?
Pretty much. No, look, I'm not the biggest fan of pastries and pies, if I'm honest anyway. It's a very that's hardworking Australian food. My soft hands don't deserve such delicacies. It's like if you're a tradesman, you got your smoko break, you got a little 10-minute break, you're gonna go get a pie with some tomato sauce on it.
Okay, well, I'm pumped, and I'm glad that they gave us the real working man's Aussie dinner for us to try here. I mean, we already have Outback Steakhouse, so we already have the fine dining.
Oh, yeah. That's the 5-star.
Which I recently learned was made by 5 men in Florida who never lived in Australia.
I think I've asked you this before, but does Outback Steakhouse like actually have anything to do with Australia beyond just Outback in the name?
It's decorated like... And even the people who serve you, they wear like they use this costume like they are going to take you on a trip, right?
Oh my God.
I have to admit, I've actually never been to one, but every commercial for it, it's an Australian accent. And they're like, try the fate of the Outback. Like, it's like really like, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, it's totally going for that vibe.
Oh my God. What do they serve there? There is no food in the outback. There's nothing there. That's the point.
Is a bloomin' onion? Is that outback?
Yeah, it is.
A bloomin' onion. Look at it.
So
I've never had one.
Is not a Australian thing.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Oh my god, no! This is absurd.
I'm looking at.
Okay, we lost the Australians again.
It was invented in New Orleans.
Yeah,
at a restaurant where future Outback Steakhouse founder Tim Gannon worked at the time.
Oh my god!
The dish was popularized in the United States. Wow, dude! So it's like a fake. I'm surprised. I mean, for all I know, maybe there's tons of videos of Australian YouTubers going to Outback Steakhouse and exposing it for the fraud that it is. But like, this is like just my whole life. I mean, we get fed a steady diet of Outback commercials, and I definitely thought it was like an Australian import.
I'm looking at this YouTube reviewer and just all the stuff she's eating. They've called it like kookaburra wings, which I'm guessing aren't actual kookaburra wings. Kookaburra is a national bird of ours, which it's
an endangered species, right?
Yeah, look, either way, you're not eating it. Kookaburra wings, what else? Gold Coast coconut shrimp. Interesting. Aussie cheese fries. What the hell is going on at Outback Shrek? Oh my god. I didn't realize that they actually like leaned into the Australian thing so much. That's so funny.
Dude, can you guys imagine like a restaurant called, I don't know, the Yankees, and they served bald eagle wings?
Bald eagle? Well, I'll tell you what, it would be pretty popular right now in Brazil, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the perfect segue to this question. So the last Channel 5 video presented a anti-gringo rally in Mexico City. And here in Brazil, we are also going through a pretty strong anti-American phase. My question for Sam is, could this ranking, this top 100 most Australian songs of all time, could this be the result of this now worldwide anti-American sentiment that we are going through?
Yeah, it's a bit of soft propaganda for our country. Look, maybe. I think, I like what you're onto there, Aldo. It's a way for us to look inward and realize that we don't need America's cultural exports that the better part of our entertainment industry has been relying on for the last 100 years. And actually, we can make songs like Untouched by the Veronicas without the help of Americans.
Yeah, but actually, I'm asking this because you guys, language is like English, right? So I guess it must be super difficult not to consume American media in general, right? So,
oh yeah, like everything. Yeah, we're very much like just an American, another cultural state of America.
Well, I think pretty much all English-speaking countries, I mean, at least Commonwealth and former Commonwealth countries, like we pretty much share the same media in the sense that a viral story in Australia will very quickly go viral in the US because it doesn't even have to be translated, right? It's like that same article is going to get into our feeds.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And same with whatever shows are big on Netflix or documentaries and music. I mean, that's why like I'm going through this list and I'm like, didn't know they were Australian. Didn't know they were Australian. Didn't know they were Australian. It just kind of happens more second nature. And I do think on the one hand, it probably gets annoying because Americans will just instinctively attribute a lot of things to Americans if they're not like explicitly told it actually comes from the UK or Australia or New Zealand or wherever else.
Yeah.
But it's definitely true that we have a shared media.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but, you know, whether it's for news, documentaries, TV shows. I mean, the number one kids show in the US right now is Australian. I mean, that counts for something.
Right,
This is true, yeah. Yeah.
But in defense of Australian patriotism, there were a couple entries to this list that I knew, like, oh, right, yeah, this makes sense because this song is amazing and I know that this is Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Like number 24, Walking on a Dream by Empire of the Sun.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's
song.
an amazing song. I didn't know it was Australian, actually.
Walking on a dream. How can I explain? Talking to myself. Will I see again? We are always running for the thrill of it. Always pushing up the hill, searching for the thrill.
I hear this song like once a week because it's on my girlfriend's summer playlist this year and most years.
Nice.
And to me, this is such an iconic song of the chillwave era. I mean, I guess it's not explicitly a chillwave song, but it's definitely part of like the nostalgia wave that started in like the late 2010s. And it's probably one of the most mainstream examples.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It feels like an old school 80s disco era / 80s synth pop era.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from like, I'm pretty sure it's from like the mid 2000s from memory.
Yeah, 2008, I believe.
2008, yeah. But no, I know what you mean. I think it's had like a bit of resurgence. Like it's always just sort of stayed relevant. I feel like I've heard that song my whole life.
Totally. Same, yeah. I think at the time it was like, we would call it like Pitchfork core, like the Pitchfork website, magazine, festival. This was like the type of music that they like represented, you know, along with like Toro y Moi and Washed Out, like
right,
and even non-chillwave artists like Phoenix, like other like electronic pop, Animal Collective.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I never knew they were Australian.
To be honest, there's a good number of songs in here. I'm not going to say which ones as to not incriminate myself, but there are actually a lot where I probably would have been the same. And when I'm seeing them, I'm like, oh, didn't know they were Australian.
It actually like, this is actually what you guys need to revive your Australia Day. Learn what you've created. Learn that the rest of the world, like, we're suffering with our ketchup packets.
Yeah, exactly. We have plenty to celebrate.
You're like, hey, we solved it.
With our ketchup packets.
Savage Garden at number 97. Savage Garden, I Want You. I didn't realize that they were Australian. That they were pretty big here.
I get to you. Without you, I don't know if I need that.
Obviously, the Avalanches, I mentioned them before, but we should acknowledge the Avalanches are probably like the favorite band of the internet. Like, of
yeah.
Of internet nerds, kind of, or of Reddit / 4chan, you know, like.
God, you're gonna ruin the Avalanches for me. No, yeah, no, I agree. I'd put them in the top 5 Australian artists. Love the Avalanches. I saw them live. They played a theremin on stage. It was fucking dope.
Damn.
Weren't they broken up for a long time, or did they just not put out a follow-up record?
They just dropped one album, and then they kind of just I think they might have broken up, and then they came back together, or they just didn't put anything out. One of the two. But then they like came back, and the other album is like also really, really good. So it's just
they came back in 16 years later.
Yeah, 2016.
In 2016, and then they actually put out one more album after that.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And I feel like that's rare that like bands will break up and then come back like 20 years later and still be really good. Maybe I just really like that album. I don't know.
No, the only other like obvious example I can think of is My Bloody Valentine. But they were actually working on their second album for like 15 years. Like that whole time they were kind of slowly working on it. I don't know, recording a guitar track every 2 months or something.
Yeah, just like slowly chipping away at it.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good album. I don't know, maybe not groundbreaking, but this isn't about Irish bands, so.
I have one omission from the list that I want to know if Sam actually thinks that they should be in this list, is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Do you feel like they deserve to be here or no?
They're not in here at all. Oh my God.
No.
Good point. Do they deserve to be in here? Yes, I would say that they're definitely one of our best bands. I feel like, though, they haven't really had any, like, singular, like, hits or, like, mainstream kind of chart-topping tracks. They're sort of, like, just that band that, like, you know, nerds like us will get into and listen to, like, entire albums. They've never really been like that.
That's a good point.
Sort of thing where
fair.
They've tried to put out singles and stuff.
I think every song on this list, I mean, let me look at like the number 100 song. Yeah, it still has over 100 million plays, whereas King Gizzard, their top song, has about 9 million plays on Spotify. So I think this list is still biased towards one-hit wonders, or if not one-hit wonders, like bands who had one song blow up at least, you know.
Definitely.
And yeah, King Gizzard, they're too much of like real musicians here, or the album artists, right?
That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, they just put out an album every other week and then no singles.
Talking about like rock entries in this list, I just noticed that Wolfmother is in here, like number 43, Joker and the Thief. And this band is, I believe, the band that made me want to play guitar.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah. Really? Oh, that's good to know.
That song was huge for sure. That's both that one and the Jet song. Actually, let me find out what place it was at.
Jet was 23.
Yeah, with Are You Gonna Be My Girl?
Take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. I say you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
Between them and Wolfmother, it was kind of, I think they stumbled upon just being out at the right place, right time. Like Guitar Hero had just come out and the White Stripes were big. And suddenly the kind of old school power chord pentatonic rock music was like really cool again. And though, I mean, both those songs were just absolutely everywhere. I'll be honest, I got sick of Are You Gonna Be My Girl pretty quickly. Wolfmother still remained like a little bit of a novelty because it wasn't played on mainstream radio. It was played on like rock radio. But I could not get away from Jet at all. I was going to bring up number 15 was John Farnham, You're the Voice. Have you guys seen the movie Hot Rod?
Yes.
Not really.
You have?
I have.
Wow.
Yeah, with Andy Samberg.
Yeah, not a lot of people have seen this movie. It's great. I think it's like right up there with Napoleon Dynamite as far as like movies that never should have been popular. Although I guess Hot Rod never really was. But
I feel like it was maybe just amongst like the people in my high school. I feel like this movie got quoted a lot, like on par with like Superbad and like that era.
Okay,
of
yeah.
sort of comedies.
It had some cult love. Anyway, this John Farnham's You're the Voice is in this one scene of the movie. And I won't play the whole thing, but just to give Aldo a quick idea.
Write what we want to write. We gotta make ends meet before we get much older.
Just one of the most epic songs of all time, you know? Just a beautiful song. So they're walking through town. They don't understand it. Everyone starts following them. Random people are singing along. Like, okay, that's kind of weird.
What the hell? Was that because of us? I don't know. I mean, it started off super positive, then it just got crazy.
I did not like that at all.
Yeah, it was totally messed up. It's disgusting how people will just, take something good and just take advantage of a situation.
Yeah.
There was no time to do anything except just leave and just hope that you're not hurt.
It's great to have you guys back.
It took me a while to realize he was holding a TV. He's holding a TV while he makes that speech.
I just realized how jarring it is to see that song with like American flags and what's very clearly like a small American town in the background.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think there's any way that song would have been embraced in like small town Americana. It was too new wave, and maybe nowadays I think it could be played at like a Trump rally. Unfortunately.
God, I hope he does not play that song. Fucking rally.
All right. Before we get too off topic, like are there any other songs on this list that we should know about?
Yeah, good question. I feel like the number 8, Sanh.
Left my heart to the sappers round Sanh, and I sold my soul with my cigarettes to the black market man. I've had the Vietnam cold turkey, from the ocean to the Silver City, and it's only I the vets could understand.
That's an interesting song. I feel like it's very similar to Born in the USA in that it's like been taken on as like this Australian, but it's also about a Vietnam War veteran who's dealing with various things. It's a really good song.
Is Khe Sanh a reference to, is that a place in Vietnam?
I think it is, yeah. To be honest, I don't know the exact lyrics of the song and what they're about, but I know it's about a Vietnam War veteran and so on. So yeah, I think that's interesting how we've kind of we just made our own version of Bruce Springsteen.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because in my notes, I did write under this one, I wrote Australian Bruce Springsteen.
Ah, there you go.
So
yeah.
I wasn't being too offensive. I mean, it's just his voice does bear some similarity.
Yeah, you even shared with me this. You said that this sounds like Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I gave an example of one of my notes. Yeah. So I'm not making it up. It does bring up an interesting point that I'm sure Australians don't want to think about, but it's like, I saw a list recently of like all the wars that the US and the Australians have both been involved in, like together. And it's literally been every single war since World War II. Like even the little no-name conflicts, like Panama or Desert Storm, or, well, I guess Desert Storm isn't no-name, but even like some of these small ones, and actually don't quote me on Panama, I forget which one, but a lot of the small ones, Australia was still like there, even when like England wasn't there, Britain, UK, sorry, it's UK. Australia's like, hey, we got your back, brother.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if there's some similarities because of we have some of the same regrets and,
Yeah. No, I think you're on the money there, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is. We're just both coping together.
You just unlocked the memory to me. Like, there was a time that I used to play a lot of Rising Storm with my friends, like Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. And whenever we got into a map with the Australian army, we like cheered, hell yeah, because it is by far the best army to play as, because they shout like, oi mate, oi. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It hypes you up a bit more.
Yeah, and like their outfits, it's so sick.
That's awesome.
So this was a game where you could play as both the Viet Cong or the U.S. Marines or the Australian Army. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
So anyway, back to the list. Let me
I have a question to Sam.
Yeah, go for it.
In the Most American Songs video, Mansplaining video, there were a lot of non-American artists there that are super popular in America, but not really outside the US. Do you feel like there are non-Australian artists that should be in this list?
Sorry, hang on. Say that again. There were no...
Do you feel like there are non-Australian artists that should be in this list because they are super popular in Australia, but not like elsewhere?
Like the Black Eyed Peas.
That's a good... Yeah. No, that's a good question.
You guys are disproportionately the biggest fans of the Black Eyed Peas for the past
Wait, is that true?
30 years.
Really?
No, I don't know. I could have, I wanted to run this data and like come up with a list of my own, but the way I have it set up, it would have taken me probably 20 hours.
Fair enough.
And I literally didn't have time because I started this about 12 hours ago. So yeah.
Oh, good.
Maybe in the future.
No, that's a good question, Aldo. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any, but there probably would be a few international songs that like could be considered honorary Australian classics. But off the top of my head, I can't think of any.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I should have sent you this question earlier, like before we started the podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like even if there was, people wouldn't have voted for it anyway. Because it was, we're trying to be patriotic.
Well, one of the requirements might have been that the artist had to be Australian. I mean, like even the Bee Gees are dual English Australian, and
true.
I don't think Australia really claims them as their own.
No, not really. But like, I would consider them, knowing that fact.
You're like, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not take them in? Let me ask you another question.
Please.
This is, stop me if this is too personal. You informed me that your band is breaking up because one of your members is moving to London. Is there a point where if you're Australian and you live in the UK for 10 years, do you start to like just say that you're like a British writer or a British engineer, whatever you do, like
British person?
Yeah. As far as, like maybe not like in your personal, like you're not like saying, oh, to my core, I'm British, but like would you start being referred to that way as, you know, as a YouTuber or something, you know?
Yeah, right. Probably if you were there for long enough, and probably if you like had your career take off over there, you would probably just skip the semantics and just say that you're a British, you know, whatever. But I'm just thinking like Nick Cave, for example, I could be very wrong here, but from memory, although he started in Australia, I believe a lot of his career was outside of Australia. You're going to have to cut this out if I'm wrong. Like,
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, we still claim him. He's still called Australian.
Yeah, I thought that he moved to the UK and was like really disappointed. Like he was not getting any coverage there or any breaks. So I thought he like moved back to Australia, and that's where like he broke out.
He moved to West Berlin in 1982 and then started his band, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds there.
Oh, okay.
Again, like that's sort of a bit of an expat situation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, the only reason I ask is just knowing that like that Bee Gees, I mean, there was a lot of artists actually back when we had our video that was like tracking #1 singles that came from outside the US. There was a substantial number of Australian artists, like that people either born in Australia who then moved to the UK, or were born in the UK but then moved to Australia. And if they move like at age 2 to another country, then I'm kind of like, all right, they're young enough. But a lot of times they'd be like 15 or they're like 20, but then their career is just starting. And I'm like, I don't know where to count their nationality.
Yeah.
And I think there's just a lot more movement between the UK and Australia than the US in the UK or the US in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. Although, yeah, actually, your video did show that there was a lot of Australia. Who was that one guy who I didn't even know was Australian? You showed it in your video, and there was like an interview with him where he was like, "Oh, does your accent still?"
Yeah, Rick Springfield.
That's the one.
But that's someone who I think we would consider him an American musician because he plays a very American sound, you know?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, Jesse's Girl is pretty, I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty American. Well, like the other one that comes to mind is like Iggy Azalea, which is a whole nother thing.
Oh, is that right? She's Australian.
Yeah, she's from like country Australia as well. It's very funny because she has a very like raps with a very thick fucking American accent, and she's from like a place called Wollongong in New South Wales.
Oh, sick. She's the one who is like credited with Sea Punk, right? Am I crazy?
No, it's Azalea Banks, right?
Oh, Azalea Banks. Yeah, okay. Well, let's play a little Iggy Azalea just for the heck of it.
No money, no family. 16 in the middle of Miami. No money, no family. 16 in the middle of Miami. No money, no family. 16 in the middle of Miami. I've been up all night trying to get there rich. I've been working on my milk the whole game twice. Gotta get it how I live. I've been working.
Wow. Not to be crude, but she's white?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's from a town called Mullumbimby. So.
Okay, yeah. Look,
not a lot of people in Mullumbimby have that accent. I'll put it to you that way.
I know you guys don't pay for the Patreon to hear discussion like this, so let's move on. I just wanted to make sure we didn't leave this podcast without playing this one song in particular. It's Beds Are Burning by Midnight Oil. This was a song that I've definitely heard this before, but I was just cracking up because it has this like really like brutal chugging bass line, but has like sort of a goofy disco new wave beat on top of it. And it's this song that like really, it like shifts between a bunch of different styles like very quickly. I know this was popular in the US. Like this isn't like some hidden Australian gem that we've never heard of, but I just have to give it some credit.
The time has come. A fact's a fact. It belongs to them. Let's give it back.
You know, I know it gets annoying, all the people who say, I was born in the wrong generation, but I love the fact that there was a time where a song like that could be an international sensation, like a huge hit in a bunch of countries.
I really didn't know that was big anywhere outside of Australia. the lyrics are about colonization. It's about like Indigenous Australians.
Oh, is that right? Well, it's not like we can't relate.
Yeah, true.
I've definitely heard it. Maybe there might have been a cover version that was more popular here. Let me see. In October 2009, 60 musicians and celebrities from around the world released a free reworked version to highlight climate change.
Yeah, right.
Including members of the Scorpions, Duran Duran, the All-American Rejects. Of course, Bob Geldof was in there. Patti Smith recorded a version. Amanda Palmer. I don't know. Yeah, it's a pretty... Oh, someone from Rise Against.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
So what would you, having all this discussion, earlier you said that if there was one song that you could have nominated to put at number one, it would be the Nosebleed section by Hilltop Hoods. Are you sticking to that?
Yeah, I'll stick with that. Purely, that's a personal pick for me. But I feel like the rest of it's pretty valid. Maybe some things should be a little higher. This song probably could have been higher, to be honest.
Even though it only had one more to go. All right, well, we'll close it out with the Nosebleed section.
Hell yeah.
Around faces I know, I fell in love with the people in the front row.
Check it out. I got hip-hop taste buds. I wanna hear that bass when I make love. Wanna hear some lyrics when I wake up. Write rhymes to get me through a breakup. Bitch! Rough up whiskey straight, no chaser. Went through 50